Another daily roundup of Russian Telegram chatter. Read the disclaimer below, please. Your like and subscribe is appreciated, it helps with increasing the reach of the channel. On Telegram today. Russia's budget deficit to be nearly 3 times higher than expected, military spending to continue to rise. The VEB Research and Expertise Institute has prepared a study on the development of the Russian economy with 2024 to 2027 and budget changes. According to economists at the Russian State Corporation, the budget deficit for 2025 and 2026 will reach 6.7 trillion rubles and will be 2.8 times higher than the level set by the government. At the same time, the head of the State Duma Defense Committee Pelov announced today a further increase in military spending. The military part of the budget will be what is required for the armed forces. We will consider proposals from the Ministry of Finance and the Ministry of Defense, and if the military part of the budget, is increased, then it must be so. I believe that it must be increased. Meanwhile, the Russian president has ordered the budget to be prepared for the continuation of the war. According to Putin, in addition to increasing defense capability, the list of main areas of budget spending should include integration of the annexed regions of Ukraine, as well as social support for citizens and technological development of the domestic economy. The State Duma reported on mass complaints from Russian women about their ex-husbands who fled from the northeastern military district. State Duma Deputy Maxim Ivanov told how angry women began to turn in AWOL, former members. According to him, there has been a flurry of such requests in recent months. Moreover, one wrote, "Comrade Major, I inform you that his name has fled from the front, then fled from me to another." So here is his address. Take the parasite back to the SVO, the deputy said. Putin's purge on the army continues. Investigators have detained Major General Denis Putilov, head of the Central Military District's Armored Service, on charges of bribery totaling 10 million rubles. The information was confirmed by the press service of the Investigative Committee of the Russian Federation. Russia demands legislative ban on the child-free movement. This opinion was expressed by the chairperson of the Federation Council, Valentina Matvienko. She also noted that feminism has lost all relevance and does not correspond to the current agenda of women's expectations, and in the West it has become downright militant. The invasion of the Ukrainian armed forces into the Kursk region is just the beginning. In the fall of 2024, Russia will face new upheavals that will ruin the lives of ordinary citizens before and after. The stupid majority did not believe in the pandemic and mobilization, and now they do not attach importance to the mass blocking of the internet. The crowd will again be unprepared for changes in the usual life and will lose everything. Russian women have started making money by selling their virginity. They put it up for auction, with prices reaching 91 million rubles. The starting bid, according to the auction rules, is $10,000, about 800,000 rubles. At the same time, men who want to either sell their virginity or buy someone else's virginity can also take part in the auction. Advice for life: get yourself a second passport. A second passport can be made in 1 to 2 months, and the advantages it provides are enormous, from visa-free travel to Europe and the US to social benefits and free healthcare. And you don't have to live abroad, you get citizenship and stay in Russia. But applying for citizenship in another country yourself is difficult and time-consuming. Has this content been useful to you? Would you like to see more research and translation content from Beefeater Fella? If you do, and you want to stay up to date with my work, please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to the channel now. It takes just a few seconds and it's free. This is really important. Your support and recommendations can make a big difference to the channel. The first iPhone 16s have appeared on marketplaces. The most expensive option is the Pro Max with 1 terabyte of memory for almost 400,000 rubles. Russians are massively unhappy with the iOS 18 update, smartphones are experiencing glitches, and new components are often incompatible with the devices. Experts advise against updating, since official spare parts are not available in Russia. Tim Cook is happy to sell brand new devices in Russia via Turkey and the UAE, though he knows the location of the phones. I wonder if these devices can be programmed to self-destruct. Europe has demanded more than $20 billion from Gasprom for undelivered gas. 19 companies from 11 European countries have filed lawsuits totaling €18.6 billion, $20.6 billion, for breach of contracts, Reuters reports. The largest lawsuit, for €13 billion, was filed by the German concern Uniper, which demanded compensation for losses from the cessation of Russian gas supplies. In June 2024, the Stockholm Arbitration Court upheld this claim. The total amount of claims against Gazprom exceeded its annual revenue from gas exports to all external markets. Multi-billion-dollar lawsuits could lead to the arrest of the company's payments in Europe, analysts warn. Russia plans to create a copyright of Starling from 383 satellites. The project is estimated at 445 billion rubles. Of these, 329 billion rubles are planned to be raised from extra budgetary sources, 116 billion from the budget. The funds will go to the development and launch of communication satellites, which are being handled by the company, Bureau 1440. The developers are also counting on preferential loans in the amount of almost 37.5 billion rubles. Air tickets in Russia have risen in price to their highest level in the last 22 years. According to Rosstat, the average cost of an economy-class flight has increased by 30% in a year, reaching 7.9 thousand rubles per 1,000 kilometers. The largest price increase was noted in Tatarstan, where tickets have risen in price by 71%, to 12.8 thousand rubles per 1,000 kilometers. Russia prepares to switch to barter. The Ministry of Economic Development of the Russian Federation has issued a manual on how to calculate goods in barter transactions. The dollar is indicated as the main price reference. Barter is always a result of not very good life. The 90s are back, again there is no money to pay. I mean, world money, dollars. China is not particularly eager to give yuan, and illiquid rupees are a real headache. Rubles, are also not an option. They're abroad, no one really needs them, said financial analyst Vitaly Kalugan. The first water and heating outages have begun in Russia. 2.5 thousand residents of Prigorsk, Khakassia, were left not only without heating, but also without water at night, where the temperature at this time drops to almost zero. The reason for the shutdown was accumulated debts of the state unitary enterprise Kharkashresvodokanal to Rosseti Siberia Kakassenergo. The company restricted the state enterprise's supply of electricity to the pumping station. This sounds like financial distress. Sberbank has suspended issuing new loans for family mortgages. The bank has exhausted its limits, TASS. The chat is unverified. I do not endorse the views expressed. Be wary of disinformation and DYOR. I monitor and translate Vatnik channels as a general mood check, so you don't have to.